We welcome you to Clinton Central High School this evening here on the ISC Sports Network. It is a Friday night matchup here between the Rossville Hornets and the Clinton Central Bulldogs, a couple of Clinton County rivals. Sean Walker, Mike Walensky here for ISC Sports this evening to cover this game for you, Mike. This was scheduled to be a varsity doubleheader. Rossville's boys program in health and safety protocols, they had to reschedule the boys game. So tonight we'll bring you some girls IHSAA basketball and just do one.
I think it should be a pretty good ball game because of the fact that both ball clubs really need this win. Rossville and Chad Gahabe, his ball club has really struggled. They're 1-17. However, Sean, on January 14th, they came up with a big win, 27-24 over Tri-Central, and yet they also recently lost an overtime game where they scored over 50 points to Frontier. Though a loss, I think they're playing with a lot of confidence for Clinton Central and their ball club. Let me tell you, they've had a really good season in Don Helmick's first year. Don Helmick, a former head girls basketball coach at Caston, they're 10-8. They've got 3 players who are capable of scoring in double figures. So they're on a roll. It's a county game. Anything can happen.
It's one thing that Coach Helmick said in his notes to us this week. He said, listen, I know their record says 1-17, but that team is much better than their record indicates, and we have to come out and play and match their intensity from the tip. And so we'll see how that transpires tonight. For Rossville, it's a little bit deceiving, that 1-17 record. They've been without Michelle Rodke, their leading scorer, a handful of times this season. She's just now come back from injury again for a second time. She's got 2 games in, and over those 2-game stretch, she's averaging almost 19 points per game and 8.5 rebounds. So we'll see what kind of influence she can be here tonight with Rossville. And Mike, you alluded to it. You said, hey, they scored 51 points in that game. That was a season high, and Rodke's back on a roll. They're going to need that tonight because this Clinton Central Bulldog team averages 47 points per contest. That's right in that scoring mark. So we'll see what happens as we get set to tip here. Your starters for tonight's contest for the home team, it's Kendall Davidson, Erica Robbins, Courtney Serber, Sam Adams, and Sarah Parkinson. For Rossville, their starters this evening, Courtney Hoffman, Cora Bernhardt, as that 3 rattles in and out. Corin Gahabe, Michelle Rodke, and Avery Gorbett.
If you take a look on the court for Clinton Central, Sarah Parkinson, number 44, averages 11.5 points a game. She's a key on the boards, averaging 9.1 rebounds. And the person that really keeps things going for the Bulldogs is number 5, Kendall Davison, averaging 16.3 points a game, but more importantly, 5.7 assists. But I think tonight for Rossville, to be able to come up with a victory, they have to defend and rebound.
Rossville working it around the perimeter, trying to find an open shot. This one taken just a little too strong there, brought down on the rebound by Kendall Davison. And that's something that the senior guard does very well, is rebound the basketball. Mike said it, almost 8 rebounds per contest. She's not afraid to go crash the glass.
The one thing about both these ball clubs, neither team shoots the ball well from the perimeter. So if you're going to play defense, you've got to pack it in and hope that the other team's not going to be able to shoot the ball very well and keep them off the glass.
To Mike's point, Rossville in a 2-3 zone right now. Try to force feed the post there. Turnover, Rossville will bring it up the floor. Tipped away, taken away by Adams. Up the floor quickly. Davis, 3 on the way. No good, tracked down by Huffman. Good effort there from Adams to keep it alive. Sliding head first into the bleachers there. Glad that she was able to get up and be okay. This deep 3 on the mark for Avery Gorbett.
Number 42.
Avery Gorbett averaging 7.2 points a game. And Coach Gahabe said that in order for his team to win tonight, they've got to get some people to score other than in the middle in Rodke. Rodke's been phenomenal, over 18 points the last couple ball games, but she needs some help.
Another turnover here for the Bulldogs.
And that is a critical situation as far as turnovers are concerned. That's the reason why Clinton Central actually is 10-8, although they turn the ball over. They handle the ball well. They have 11.5 assists to 16.6 turnovers in the ball game. Rossville, on the other hand, has really struggled. 6 assists to 21 turnovers a ball game.
Serber pulls down the rebound, tie up for it there. And Gorbat's going to get called for the foul. No, maybe not. We got a discussion. Foul or jump ball, which one do you want it to be? Looks like a foul on Avery Gorbat. It'll be her first.
Foul on Rossville, number 42, Avery Gorbat.
This Rossville team, Mike, you talked about, obviously the record not really where they want it to be, 1-17 on the season, but their last 3 games have been very competitive. They lost by a close one, 2 points against Frankfort. The Serber shots up, no good. They won that game versus Tri-Central by 3 and then lost by 4 in overtime to Frontier. So they have been in these games since Michelle Rodkey's return here, kind of giving them an offensive lift.
For Rossville, limit the turnovers. Limit the turnovers, play defense. You're going to be in the basketball game and have a chance to win this one.
Swing it out top, that's Huffman. Look it down low, 22, Corin Gahabe. Good handoff from Rodkey. And there's another basket.
Great job by Michelle Rodkey. She leads the team in assists, actually second in assists at 1.9. You can see she's unselfish, giving up the basketball, an easy look.
Corbett very quickly with 5 points here tonight for Rossville. Serber being surrounded. And Clinton Central right now struggling against that zone pressure, Mike.
And Avery Gorbat did a nice job rotating defensively to cause that bad shot underneath. And now Rossville has the basketball. Coach Gahabe said he'd like to have the game in the 30s. They've got a chance to win if they can handle the basketball there, but another turnover.
Turnover there on Tori Skiles, number 24 for Rossville. Let's come into the game here. In this first quarter, these two teams have played a lot over the years. 20 times going back to 2001 is how far back we can see record-wise. And Clinton Central is 12-8 against Rossville since that 2001 season. They've actually won 3 straight against the Hornets. That shot up and good. Courtney Serber able to knock down the free throw line jumper.
Courtney Serber averages just 2 points a game, so you don't expect her to shoot the ball much. When she does, it's efficient, and the Bulldogs are on the board.
Deep shot there from Tori Skiles. It's an out of bounds, but it'll be Clinton Central's basketball. Our coverage this season, we've kind of been tracking. We have a handful of players in the area that are approaching that 1,000-point scored mark. For Kendall Davison and Clinton Central, she would be the first in school history from the girls program to get to 1,000 points. And she is knocking on the door, Mike. 941 career points coming in.
Parkinson's an excellent shooter. You cannot give her space in the baseline from mid-range, and she drops it down. Interesting matchup in this ball game will be Courtney Hoffman, number 10, and also her matchup with Davison. That'll be very critical for Rossville to keep Davison from penetrating tonight.
Serber with the block. Rossville able to track it down. Skiles looks inside to Rodkey. Jumper, gets it in the lane.
Great job by Skiles. As you mentioned, Sean, looking for Rodkey in the middle and an easy shot. If Rossville can be efficient from the field, they'll have a chance to be competitive in tonight's basketball game.
Up 7-4 early on are the Hornets. They're on the ISC Sports Network. Basketball Friday night. It's a Clinton County affair the next 2 nights on the network. We've got this girls game for you here this evening, and tomorrow night we'll be at Clinton Prairie High School where Fountain Central comes to town. Clinton Prairie off to that fantastic start. Just 2 losses on the season so far. Good look down low. Nice job playing the passing lane, though, was Davison. We'll get the tie-up. Possession arrow stays with Rossville. Huffman distributes out to the wing. Corin Gahabe, number 22 there for Rossville. Coach's kid. to the corner. That shot, a little too strong from Rodkey that time. Here comes Clinton Central, stop and pop. Davidson leaves it short, follows her own shot. It's almost like there is a lid on this end, Mike.
And they've had some good looks, and Rodkey does a great job getting the ball to the rim. Surprise shot, she didn't get a foul there.
Good scramble on the floor. Gabe came up with it. Corbett too strong, and then loose ball, and another jump ball. Gives this one to the Bulldogs.
Sometimes when you play on the road, you play a little bit too fast, and that time Avery Corbett took a very quick shot from the left side, didn't hit the rim, and then over-aggressively came in with a foul from behind.
Approach the 1 minute, Mike. 1 minute mark here in the first quarter, Mike. I'll get it out eventually. I'll tell you, Sarah Parkinson, I got to see her earlier this season against Frankfurt, and I was very impressed with her footwork down on the block. Obviously, that zone defense from Rossville makes a little bit of a challenge for that post player.
Hoffman, number 10, is so critical in this Rossville offense and defense as she goes down the floor, and I think she's going to be whistled for the foul. She's got a lot of work to do, both on the defensive end, match up with Parkinson, and then she's got to lead the troops offensively in the half court, and that was a mistake in the backcourt, led to a foul.
You know, Mike, you look at the rosters of both of these teams, and they're fairly young. I mean, one senior on Clinton Central's squad, just 2 for Rossville. And you see quite a bit of freshmen, sophomore, juniors that make up these 2 rosters. Deep 3. Able to put it in there was Tori Skiles.
Skiles, an excellent shooter, averaged 10 points early on this season. Now down to 6.8, but she has 32 threes. That's her 33rd three, leading the Hornets on the year.
Baseline jumper off the mark. Rodkey on the rebound. 3 seconds. Rodkey lets it fly. Volleyball line, court, and it's off the mark. That's going to do it in the first quarter, but Rossville coming in. 6-point lead over Clinton Central after 1. We'll be back with more basketball on the IHSAA Sports Network right after this.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. That's why Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology and is growing their presence in north central Indiana. Because every community deserves infrastructure and beyond. To learn more, contact us today.
Finding affordable, quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there's now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule an appointment. Welcome you back here to Clinton Central High School tonight, where the Rossville Hornets out to a first quarter lead here, 10-4 your score. Tonight's basketball game is what we would call a mental health awareness night, Mike. I don't know if the viewers were tuning in earlier when they had the shirts on. You may see some of the players on the sideline throughout the course of the game, but they are wearing shirts that signify how important mental health is. Trying to kick the stigma, letting you know it is okay to not be okay. We'll have different graphics and things for you throughout this evening as we talk about the increase in suicides and things, even since the pandemic has come along. I want to make sure you have resources and know where you can go for help, turn to help if you need it. Shot there off the mark, foul, going to be over the back that time on Sam Adams. A little aggressive was the junior.
Number 23, Sam Adams, sitting in for Rossville. Number 34, Michelle Rodkey.
Sam Adams could be a key scorer for Clinton Central this ball game tonight. For the Bulldogs this season, she's averaging 9.3 points a game. And Her, Davison, and Parkinson all are capable of double figures each night. But Rossville's out to a great start, Sean.
Yeah, Sam Adams, you want to talk about a career night for her just 2 games ago against Faith Christian. As Skiles gets another 3 to go here.
Skiles is an excellent shooter. If you don't defend her, she's going to knock shots down, and that's another 3, her 34th of the season.
Complete that thought from a minute ago. Sam Adams, 24 points, 12 rebounds versus Faith Christian. That's the type of scoring output both of these teams are kind of looking for from a secondary play. You've got your star in Rodkey, you got your star in Davison. It's who else is going to help contribute. Davison's shot here off the mark as she's still scoreless on the evening.
Smart defensive play for Gorbett to help double up Parkinson off the dribble along with Hoffman. If they can prevent her from getting good shots to the bucket, they got a chance.
Drive left hand from Rodkey, can't get it to go. Number 11, Autumn Long into the game for Clinton Central. Davison with it. They're going to penetrate, able to get by the defender in Huffman, and she's on the scoreboard.
And Davison, if she can be aggressive and take the ball to the rim, averaging 16 points a game, she can dominate this contest and get Clinton Central back in the game.
Skiles lets the 3 fly. A little heat check that time after knocking down a couple of threes. It's a great dish that time. Looking for Long. The foul, though, will be called here against Rossville.
I'll take that foul any day because Davison had a clear path to the basket, and Huffman did a smart job in fouling her. Otherwise, that's going to be a bucket, and Clinton Central gets back in the basketball game.
That foul called on Gahave, number 22 for Rossville. Adams misses right at the rim there. Rossville looks to build on this 7-point lead. First half action in Clinton County. Great gamble on the steal. Davison, left hand. She'll draw the foul.
And as long as either team can go to the rim and draw fouls, it's going to cause some problems in terms of depth tonight, particularly for Rossville. If they can get number 10 Huffman in foul trouble because she's the key defender on Davison, who's shooting for the foul shots right now.
Davison, a 59% free throw shooter on the season. Nice form rotation on that one if she gets it to go. It was a nice piece right before we came on. They did the senior night, obviously Kendall being the only one. She had some really nice things to say about her father. This shot goes. Talked about him being her biggest fan since she was 4, playing at the YMCA. Giving her constructive criticism. Michelle Rodkey in the lane. She'll draw the foul. 2 defenders there. We'll see who earns it this time.
I think that was a smart play defensively by Parkinson. She came over a little bit late on the defensive side, but why not go ahead and foul Rodkey? Because, again, Rodkey, much like on the other end, had a clear path to the basket. And Michelle is shooting 75% from the foul line.
Rodkey gets the first to go. She's got 3 points here tonight so far. Rodkey's second attempt, up and good. 4 now for Rodkey. 22 points versus Eastern is her season high. She's had double-figure scoring in 7 of 9 games that she's played in this season. Davison lets a 3 fly.
And there's a look on Davison's face like she wants to take the ball game over. So Rossville has to adjust to that at some point as Corin Gahave checks in for Huffman.
All 7 of Davison's points here in this second quarter. Rossville feeds down low. Rodkey.
Good pass by Skiles going over the top to Rodkey. Good strong move by Michelle Rodkey.
Davison able to follow her own shot, gets the rebound, but they'll call a traveling violation. And I don't think the student section right behind the official agreed with that call, Mike. What do you think?
No, it looks like a lot of thumbs downs. There's no doubt about that. But I do think that was the right call to make. And for Rossville, you've got to be concerned right now about Kendall Davison getting on track.
There's a steal from Long. Long brings it up with that left hand. Stop, pop, can't get it to go. Loose ball, diving for it. Both girls fearlessly going after that loose ball. You look at Long, she's already got that brace on her arm, Mike, and she's still leaving it all out there. The 5'7" junior.
Clinton Central has to scratch back, much like you mentioned, Long, showing that effort, going on the court, going for those 50-50 balls. Rossville, with the lead, doesn't have to shoot the basket, but then they're called with an offensive foul. That's almost like a turnover.
17-11 your score. Rossville only averaging 30 points per contest. Obviously, still 4 minutes to go before the half. They're well over that halfway mark. Coach said he wanted them to find some more scoring. He mentioned it twice in his notes to us that we have to have more than Rodkey. I need Skiles, I need Gabe, I need Cora Bernhardt, Avery Gorba. I need these other players to contribute tonight on the offensive end. And so far, we've got 3 players in the scoring column.
And the key for Rossville early on, Sean, they are getting the basketball inside. A good sign for the Hornets.
Jump shot. Rodkey tries to secure the rebound, but Davison rips it away, looks ahead. Sam Adams. That's it to go.
That's a big transition bucket for Clinton Central. Energizes the crowd on the sideline.
Trailing by just 4 points now are the Bulldogs. There's a big block on this end by Parkinson. Davison looks down low. Parkinson continues to run, and she gets the shot to fall. Quick timeout taken here. 17-15 your score. We use this opportunity to tell you a little bit about our mental health awareness night with the Suicide Prevention Hotline graphic. COVID-19 has been impacting mental health. Suicidal ideation increased by 460,000 people nationwide since the beginning of COVID-19. Call the Suicide Prevention Hotline for help. You see the number on your screen, 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. You can also go to suicidepreventionlifeline.org. Tonight's broadcast in partnership with Healthy Communities of Clinton County. They do this a handful of times throughout the season during different sporting contests with us. They also put on other events, Mike, and it's awesome that they get the awareness out there, because I think that's so many times when people aren't feeling well, they feel like they have nowhere to turn and they don't know where those resources are. So it's good to know that you've got a suicide prevention hotline you can call. There's talk to text now. Obviously you can see counselors in person, but reach out. It's okay to not be okay. It's just you got to recognize it and ask for help.
No doubt about it. And what I really like is the fact that today more and more people are connecting to one another. More and more people are stopping by, seeing their neighbor, making a phone call. These times are important to be able to do that. We all have to be connected.
17-15 your score out of the timeout. Clinton Central's gone on a little bit of a run here. They look down low to Rodkey. The double team comes. Trying to find some space in that defense. Long's on the floor again. Rodkey's on the offensive glass again. There's a block there by number 12, Erica Robbins.
That was a key block for Clinton Central. If the Bulldogs can start the tempo up and get the ball inside like they're doing now, they've got a chance to really score a lot of points. They've already cut this margin, you can see, just to 2 points.
Sam Adams that time got an unfair roll out of the basket. Looked like that one was going to drop.
Sean, anytime the point guard comes out of the ball game, and for Rossville, it's number 10, Courtney Hoffman. There are all sorts of problems that occur offensively, but I think her absence on the defensive end has really cost Rossville late in this quarter here.
Rossville seemed to be playing really well defensively early on with that 2-3 zone. They've gone back to a man look here and there. Clinton Central's been able to capitalize and score against it. Loose ball. Rodkey, though, she's been crashing the glass tonight, Mike. There's Huffman back into the game, number 10. Gabe Puts it on the floor, in the lane, little floater, gets it over the rim.
Great job by Corin Gahabe getting the ball to the rim. Drive the basketball to the rim. Either get the foul or get a better shot, and that's what they were able to do.
She's the 4th Hornet tonight to reach the scoring column. Down low, Adams shot up, off the glass, gets it to drop.
And Hoffman checks back in the ball game. Unfortunately, she's too small to be able to front the post in there, and they get the ball over the top for the easy bucket.
Gabe looks down low. Corbett looks back out to Rodkey. Rodkey, nice little fake, gets the roll.
Rodkey now, standing score, 21-17. The concern right now, I think, in the half court for Rossville, spacing is a little bit uneven right now. That could be a cause for turnovers.
The 3 off the mark. The rebound back up off the top of the backboard, no good. It'll be the Hornets basketball. A minute to go here before the half. Rossville with a crucial possession here, Mike. Maybe extend that lead once again a little further out and take some confidence into the locker room.
No doubt about that. On the flip side for Clinton Central, why not be aggressive defensively? Try to go after the basketball. Force Rossville into a turnover, maybe get a transition bucket.
Gahabe to Corbett. Loose ball there. You talked about Mike getting the steal. They throw it ahead. Shot up and good.
That's exactly what, again, as you mentioned, what I was talking about. Clinton Central coming out, being aggressive defensively, getting a turnover, creating some transition. Those are good opportunities for a team that's 10-8.
I said Corbett a minute ago. I meant to say Cora Bernhardt, wearing number 20 for Rossville, the senior. Rodkey gets a shot to drop.
Clinton Central's going to have some help on Rodkey. Rodkey's had an outstanding first half in this ball game.
Stop and pop. A shot off the mark from Robbins. Loose ball now. Davidson tracks it down. Parkinson coming up off the floor and gets it to go. Just had her knee off the floor, Mike. No travel. 23-21 at the half. It's been an exciting Friday night basketball here on the ISC Sports Network. This Clinton County matchup. Just a 2-point lead at the half. We'll take a break. Be back with some halftime highlights and analysis right after this.
At Defining Looks on Sagamore Parkway North in Lafayette, talk to a specialist and discuss your specific needs for wigs or toppers. Defining Looks is committed to helping anyone experiencing hair loss to lead a normal lifestyle. Our wigs are of the highest quality, allowing us to customize to your personal style. Shop our large selection for your medical, cosmetic, or fashion needs. Confident, bold, and fashionable. Be your own kind of beautiful at Defining Looks. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
Many communities in rural America are often overlooked as underserved. These communities are being left behind due to lack of internet and access to state-of-the-art technology. Access to broadband internet could be the difference between providing an education and leaving new generations behind.
Living in rural America, the biggest obstacle was that we were trying to find a comprehensive approach to address the complexities of my son's autism. I mean, we needed people that could break down the complex issues that we were experiencing, that I understood what I needed to do. That by having high-speed internet, we were able to get the resources and the education we needed.
Mulberry has recognized that there is a need in our community for broadband internet. This has been something that we have been focusing on for the last 10 years. The needs that are all around us with jobs and schools and medicine and many layers of needs that are out there now. But it's not just that, it's the bandwidth required for those needs. You think about any normal residential family and look at what they're doing on a daily basis. It changes a lot, but the bandwidth requirements seem to be that consistent element of this. But also even more than that, we're starting to expand into the CLEC portion, which is the non-traditional boundaries that we have. And so for us, it's a natural transition because of our aggressive stance with fiber and where we hope to go even in the future. So it's enabled us to be in that place where as we build out these networks, we're seeing the needs of today, but we're also doing it and recognizing the needs of tomorrow and trying to build out that way.
Fiber optic technology can enhance a community's way of life and provide new opportunities never before available. Luckily, local organizations are working together to solve the problems that major telecom providers have ignored.
Being able to deploy new technologies like fiber optic internet, for example, I think is imperative. And during the pandemic, we've kind of seen that. Everybody, regardless of location, needs to be able to work, attend school, even consult with doctors completely remotely. And that's something nobody could have predicted 2 years ago. So having access, regardless of location, is, well, necessary to be able to handle challenges like we're facing now in the future.
Getting access to make things beneficial for our customers, that's the key, that's the name of the game, is how can we get connected to even those furthest reaches that are out there. We started from the outside and started to work in, so a lot of our rural customers, as we built out our fiber network, they received the benefit first. And as we start to look at our future and how we're forecasting what's next for us, and we want to be able to go into these areas that we recognize a need for, and go in and do what we do best, which is serve them with broadband internet. And being able to allow that rural customer the privilege to be on that network, and that's what motivates us.
Well, originally when we were with the slower internet, it was always frustrating because we couldn't communicate well with one another. A lot of the teaching and a lot of how they're training me about nutrition or about other things that I need to do within my home, the internet connection was slow or what I was saying was getting all muffled, then that's very frustrating. Definitely with high-speed internet, everything was just perfect. We were able to communicate back and forth as far as what was going on in the videos that I was sending to them, and so that was huge. I was able to really communicate, and that's what's necessary.
Mulberry Telecommunications provides rural broadband services and technology for over 100 years. Their mission is to provide an essential infrastructure for their community and beyond.
We have lived in this house for 15 years, and it's in a rural area, and we were having terrible internet service, and that was very frustrating because I wanted to be able to run my business. I wanted to be able to also communicate with a clinic that was in Philadelphia. So there was goals that I wanted to achieve, and those goals were not going to be achieved without high-speed internet. So we approached Mulberry, and we told them what our needs were, and they met those needs. They went above and beyond, and the service has been perfect.
I grew up in a rural community myself, so I understand the pain of not having any access to broadband whatsoever. So I love that every day we get to solve those challenges for everybody. Also, honestly, I just like the challenge and love the learning opportunities that come with it. This career field is so broad and vast that I feel like I could go for another 40 years and not fully master every part of it, and I think that's awesome.
Mulberry is a cooperative built and managed by local community members with the mission to provide equal opportunity and state-of-the-art technology to Americans in rural communities. Mulberry strives to provide outstanding customer service and enhance their customers' way of life.
When I started at Mulberry 5 years ago, we were using less than a sixth of our current internet traffic today. Now, after the pandemic, we've seen customers use their internet at all times throughout the day. So we're really focused on reliability, redundancy, and scalability looking into the future.
With the world that's really shaking a lot around us, we can be that stable force. We can be that connection point to get them to whatever they need to do, no matter if it's very high and of importance or if it's very low and it's just something to do for fun. As a telecommunications provider, we want to be that connection point to our customers. Our mission at Mulberry is to serve the rural community. It has been that way for 100 years and will continue to be that.
To learn more, contact us today.
We welcome you back here at the half of Clinton Central High School. The score 23-21. The visitors, Rossville, coming in, I think, shocking the Bulldogs just a little bit here, Mike. Maybe shocking the team, not necessarily shocking Coach Don Helmet, because he said it in the notes. This may be a 1-17 team, but they're better than their record indicates, and we got to be ready to play. The Bulldogs definitely woke up there in the second quarter and cut back into that lead, but they still trail by 2.
Well, the key for Rossville was their shooting. As we take a look at some of the outside shooting by Skiles. Nice shot from 3. They got a couple key three-pointers there, but Clinton Central came back in transition at the end of the quarter and knocked down this deficit to just a bucket. I think if Clinton Central can come back and get Davison involved, as you take a look there from 3, they got a chance to win this basketball game. I don't think in the second half that Clinton Central's going to allow Rodkey, like we just saw her, get some easy buckets. But I do think that Clinton Central probably will address the tempo issue heading into the second half, and we could see a different ball game. Because if Rossville can't shoot the ball from the perimeter like they did in the first half, I think they could be in trouble.
Take a look at our scoring here in the first half of action. 4 girls from both squads have gotten themselves into the scoring column here tonight. For Rossville, they're led by Michelle Veracke. She's got 10 points. Tori Skiles with those 2 threes we saw in the highlights there, she's got 6. Avery Gorbett scored the first 5 points for Rossville. That's her mark at the half. And Corin Gaheb has 2 points at the half as well. On the other side, it's kind of been Kendall Davison with 7, Sam Adams with 6, Sarah Parkinson with 6. So those 3 have kind of run the show there. Courtney Serber got into the scoring column with 2 points as well there in the first quarter. But as you said, Mike, I really feel like Clinton Central started to make a run. They started to figure out what Rossville was doing defensively, and we'll see. We'll see if that trend continues in the second half. But I am impressed with the Rossville team. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in looking at the record at 1-17 and think, you know, Clinton Central's 10-8. This could be a blowout here tonight, and Rossville's done a really nice job of staying in it. So hats off to their team, their preparation, their coaching staff for making this a competitive game here tonight against these Bulldogs.
And speaking about making competitive, if Coach Gaheb can find a way to slow down Davison in the second half, I think that's a key for Clinton Central. If you can take Davidson out of the equation offensively, you got a chance to win. I'm not sure if they can do that, but if they can, we're going to see an interesting outcome.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, third quarter action on ISC.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hi, I'm Query.
And I'm Schultz.
And of course, we do the incredibly creatively and appropriately named Query and Schultz program every Monday on ISC Sports Network. Derek, it airs at what time?
7:30.
Okay, every Monday at 7:30. We're now on season number 2, and if history tells us anything, catch us now, because you never know when they pull the plug on it.
Why would you say that?
Because it's happened
That's not
before.
going to happen here. Comcast, Xfinity 81, ISCSportsNetwork.com, ISC Sports Network, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, so many places to watch Query and Schultz, 7:30 on Monday.
Second half action headed your way here on the ISC Sports Network. Friday night, IHSAA girls basketball action. Sean Walker joined by Mike Walensky here this evening. 23-21 your score if you're just now tuning in. A fantastic first half. These two teams battling it out. Rossville jumped out to an early lead. Clinton Central battled back, trailed by just 2 now. They look down low. Parkinson puts the ball on the floor and gets it up. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier, Mike, with her. Is I was able to see her play in person against Frankfurt. And I was really impressed with her cutting, her footwork, her hands around the bucket. She does a really nice job, just a sophomore.
She got to the right place there and drew the foul. They got to find a way to get in front of her to deny that little pass inside. Again, both teams have problems shooting the ball from the perimeter. We're going to see a lot of scoring, driving to the bucket. And as I talked about, even though Parkinson is at the line right now, the key for Clinton Central, I think, is Kendall Davison, averaging over 16 points a game. She has 7.6 rebounds. They get on the glass really well. Rossville's got to be a little bit more efficient, slow down the tempo. They did really well in the first period, taking a 10-4 lead. Lost touch a little bit in the second period as Clinton Central got back in the ball game.
I said 10-4, but you didn't say good buddy. 10-4, good buddy. That was the score in the first quarter. I know I've got really bad dad jokes. I'll be here all night. We get a foul called here. It'll be Rossville basketball. All tied up at 23 here in the third quarter. You start to look ahead for these two teams as their seasons wind down here. Clinton Central will play tomorrow night at Eastern at a conference matchup. That Eastern team just 2-16 on the season. But they go to Pioneer next week. Pioneer's a number 12 team in 2A. As you get Huffman with the bucket there.
Good look as Rodkey was doubled up, and as soon as she got the double, she looked behind her. Good pass to Huffman for the layup.
You go to Pioneer next week, Mike, and then you go to Clinton Prairie. Those two teams are combined 29 and 11. It's a heck of a way to have to finish your season, but it's a good way, kind of a measuring stick right before you get into the playoffs to see exactly how well you're playing down the stretch. These Bulldogs with a great opportunity to get to 12, 13 wins on this season. This is their best start since the 2019-2020 season, where they went 11-7 through their first 18 games. Parkinson, shot up, gets it to drop.
Nice shot by Parkinson. And a nice job of discipline, because she looked underneath to Sam Adams, saw that Adams was covered, decided to take the shot. Good choice.
We get a whistle here. Inadvertent whistle. Rossville will take the ball out of bounds here. With Parkinson's bucket she got a minute ago, Mike, she's the first Bulldog in double figures tonight. You're going to use this opportunity to take a timeout. We'll go ahead and stay here with you. Use it as an opportunity to tell you a little bit more about mental health awareness. It's okay to ask for help. Did you know that 60% of youth with depression do not receive any mental health treatment? I want you to know it's okay to ask for help. There are hotlines, text programs, and apps available. You can be a lifesaver. Look at the graphic there. You can visit in person. You've got the Suicide Prevention Lifeline. You've got text to talk, crisis chat. Call 911 for emergencies, obviously. Find a mental health provider. At the end of the day, make sure you find the resource that works for you. More often than not, people find permanent solutions to temporary problems, and that's what we're trying to fix. And you get a foul on the floor here as they tried to tie up Rodkey.
The challenge will be for Rossville as we progress through the ball game, I think, is getting the ball outside the perimeter and taking perimeter shots. Granted, Rossville is bailed out there by a foul, but when they get the ball inside now, Rodkey's going to get triple teamed.
Look inside here. Bernhardt finds the open shooter, and Rodkey knocks it down.
And that's why you pull Rodkey out of the post around the perimeter, so she can have some room to maneuver outside.
Did you like Coach's notes when I said, what are your keys? He said the keys are the same every game, which he wasn't trying to be smart. He was just saying, if we defend, make shots, take care of the basketball, those are your keys to every game. You know, if you can do those three things well, you'll be successful.
And especially in this basketball game, because you got two county rivals, it's going to ramp up. And you got to be even more focused to be able to do those kinds of things, defend, rebound.
Huffman with it now for Rossville. Finds Rodkey on the curl. She knocks it down again. She's really heating up. 14 now.
And I like the way Coach Gahabe is moving Rodkey around. She's more effective moving around than she is posting up. When talked about when she's posting up, she could get triple teamed and you could have some problems here.
Parkinson finds Adams. Adams shot on the way, no good. Tracked down, offensive rebound by Davison. Mike's alluded to how great of a defender Davison is, or rebounder Davison has been this season as Adams gets the shot to go. She's had 7 games with 10-plus rebounds. She's had 6 double-doubles. It's pretty impressive from your senior.
The good news is for Rossville, though, in this ball game, under those considerations, they're really slowing the ball game down. Clinton Central has not been able to create any tempo here in the third period, and Rossville's been able to hold their own.
29-27 your score, and to that point, slowing down Clinton Central has led to less free throw attempts. Kendall Davison has only been to the line once tonight. She knocked down both of her free throws. She's attempted 181 free throws this season. Like, that's 10 attempts per game. Just been there once tonight for 2. So Rossville's doing a good job of keeping Clinton Central 1 slowed way down and 2 off the line.
And this may be a good timeout for Don Helmick and the Bulldogs. They may want to show more pressure three-quarter court here.
Davidson will pick up all the way. Hound Huffman does a good job of getting it across the timeline and getting into the offense. Rodkey, little hook there, got away with it, knocks down the drop. Good shot.
Great shot by Rodkey, and Davidson could have come over and helped out, but she didn't. He went man defense, and Rodkey made him pay.
4-point lead for the Hornets.
And again, Clinton Central really is bogged down offensively right now. When things slow down, bad things happen.
That 2-3 zone has been a menace tonight. Huffman loses it momentarily. Nice job handling the basketball for Huffman. Corbett draws the foul here against Parkinson. It's been a fun matchup to watch tonight.
It has, and it all started with a good solid point guard play by Courtney Hoffman, doing a great job of getting the ball inside and Corbett going to the rim.
Corbett at the line, 55% free throw shooter on the season. Great form rotation there. She's got 6 points now in the contest. She'll get both to go. 7 now for Avery. For this Rossville team, they'll play next on January 25th. They'll take on Bethesda Christian. They'll go to Western Boone on January 29th to round out their regular season. Bethesda Christian 11-5 on the year. Western Boone 9-9. That shot a little too strong. Brought out by Rodkey. She'll look to push. 2-on-1. Good hustle to get back from Sam Adams. She'll get the block, but she also gets the foul. I didn't see much there, Mike, did you? Not to put you on the spot, but that one
had a bad angle, and I have every confidence the officials make the best call.
Yeah. I love the answer. Huffman gets it to drop.
Huffman shooting just 50% from the foul line this year, but again, as I've talked about, to me, right now, she's the most valuable player for Rossville, playing very good defensively and offensively, making good decisions with the basketball.
That one off the mark, but they don't check Rodkey. Steps out of bounds there.
And I'm surprised. I don't think that ball hit the rim.
I had a tough angle on it. I had every faith in the official.
There you go.
Okay. I got to use it. Look at it. I just learned it. I got to use it right away.
Well done.
And all joking aside, being an official is one of the hardest things. You got to have the patience of a saint.
It is difficult. There's no doubt about it. But having done it, it's a lot of fun too.
Sam Adams tracks it down, kicks it back outside. Another opportunity here for Clinton Central. Parkinson puts the ball on the deck and kicks it out.
Davison has just not been a factor at all here in the third period. And she's somebody that's very key, I think, in scoring the basketball for Clinton Central, but she also can give up the ball, as she does right now. Nice pass in the wing.
Erica Robbins with her first field goal this evening. Clinton Central within 5. Huffman slipped there, able to get up. Tori Skiles has been quiet since that first half where she knocked down a couple threes. Corbett. Huffman taking the charge. She's tough, Mike.
Courtney Serber ran her right over, number 14, knocked her right down to the hardwood. She bounced right back up, and boy, Rossville's really playing well right now. If they can just be smart, hang on to the basketball, take good shots, they'll have a chance to close out this ball game. Cora Bernhardt, by the way, checking back in. This is her first year playing basketball, and she's really starting to come into her own for Coach Gahabe's Hornets.
Yeah, to that point, she had a career-high 12 points versus Frontier the other night. Really gave them a lift. Loose ball, 50-50 opportunities, and Sam Adams comes out with it. Davison tries to split the defense. She'll draw the foul. Take your pick. They were both there.
I like the fact that Kendall Davidson was very aggressive there, took the ball to the rack, and got stripped driving the basketball inside the lane, and she gets to go to the foul line and rewarded.
They called that foul on 22, Courtney Hoffman. Davidson, we told you a minute ago, averages 10 free throw attempts per game. That's just her third. And we're late here in the third quarter. Davidson gets the roll there. Gets 1 of 2 at the line on this trip. 8 points now for the senior. Rodkey leads all scorers with 16. Hoffman being hounded all the way up the floor. She's hit the deck a couple times, and now she's got the student section giving her a hard time.
Skiles with a jumper. She was off the mark, but they've got to have perimeter shooting. They've got to shoot it up to open it up, and not a bad choice by Rossville. Just couldn't fire and knock it down.
A shot on the way, knocked down for Erica Robbins as she starts to heat up.
Yeah, and Robbins can, 5-point average, and she's stepping up right now. That's a big plus for Coach Helmick.
Down by just 2 are the Bulldogs. Rossville goes back to Rodkey. Skiles trying to find some space to operate. We get an aggressive play and foul out top here as Gabe is fouled by Robbins.
Not a bad foul along the perimeter by Robbins. You've got to be aggressive. Get your body inside. Create some pressure. Make it uncomfortable for the offense to operate.
Going to try to bring it up on the pressure as Davidson's really hounding her. Courtney Hoffman, just a sophomore as well, Mike. And on the varsity pressure of being the point guard really well. Shot a little too strong. Hoffman with the rebound. Shot up and good.
Great job by Hoffman finding the basketball among the trees and knocking it back in. Rossville, not a lot of pressure along the perimeter, being able to move the basketball.
Davidson knocks down a 3. She heard you, Mike. You said she'd been quiet here in the third. She's got 4 points in the third now, 11 in the game.
Rossville has to be careful she doesn't take the basketball game over.
Jump ball as Gabe turns right into the defender. Possession, Bulldogs. They've got a chance to steal the lead here and maybe take some momentum into this fourth quarter.
Davidson knocks down a 3, then she turns around and ties up the Rossville ball handler to turn the basketball over. Clinton Central has to feel real good right now.
So the dribble momentarily. Davidson with it, around 10 seconds to go. Parkinson throws it away. That defense just collapsed on her there. Nowhere to go. 5 seconds. Got to work quickly. Rodkey breaks the pressure. Got to get a shot up. Will not. But Davidson comes up limping there a little bit after a collision. That'll be something to watch as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. 36-35 your score. Back with more basketball right after this. For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need a managed Wi-Fi service with advanced Blast Wi-Fi. Blast Wi-Fi systems provide ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Available from Mulberry Telecommunications, Blast Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections so you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Mulberry Telecommunications is always here to help you should any issues arise. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, and it's a blast. Blast Wi-Fi is now included with Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet packages. Contact Mulberry Telecommunications at 296-2885 today to get started. Fourth quarter action. Again, our presenting sponsor tonight, Healthy Communities of Clinton County. This is your Talk to Text program graphic. There's a text program out there to help you. You can text HELLO to 741-741. And there are people standing by that can text with you, help you out. Again, that percentage of youth with depression that do not receive any mental health treatment is 60%. That number is mind-blowing. I want to kick the stigma. It is okay to not be okay. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. These coaching staffs I'm not trying to make joke, I make light of it, but this has been a back and forth battle. They may need a vacation and mental health check themselves after this one, because this has been a dog fight here tonight. No pun intended. Hornets and Bulldogs. Knocked out of bounds, student section right there to help the official.
Both ball clubs late in the third period had problems spacing the basketball. See if they did a good job there, Rossville, by isolating Rodkey in the post and getting a good shot and drawing a foul. Excellent job by Coach Gahabe and the Hornets.
Over the last two, Rodkey, 18.5 points per game. That's point number 17 here in the fourth quarter of this one. Keeping her Hornets in front. Gets 1 of 2.
Coming in for your Bulldogs, number 5.
Bulldogs fortunate there. That one gets knocked out of bounds.
Davison back in the ball game after she wobbled off the court at the end of the third period. And Sean, looks like Clinton Central every period has been nibbling at this lead.
Davison checks right in.
How do you like
knocks
that?
Down a 3.
Wow, the Bulldogs on top for the first time in forever.
38-37 your score. Bulldogs in front. I think Davison went over to the bench, got mad, checked back in, and knocked down the 3.
It seems as much as Davidson's a factor for Clinton Central, Rodkey is equally as good, and she is living up to the billing of averaging nearly 18 points a game in the last couple ball games.
Yeah, no offense to the other girls on the floor, because there's a lot of girls that have contributed here tonight. But, man, I'd almost be willing when this one's over is let's get Davison and Rodkey, just have them play one-on-one to 10, because it has been entertaining back and forth action. Both teams know what the other team wants to do, and both teams are still getting it done. That's execution, right?
It is.
As we look ahead, we've got sectionals just around the corner. These Rossville Hornets, they play in that Clinton Prairie sectional, and there are some stout teams in that one this year. Seeger 16-4, Clinton Prairie 13-7, Sheridan 11-4, and that's a team in Sheridan, Mike, that I wouldn't overlook. I mean, I wouldn't look anybody come tournament time, to be honest with you. But freshman Kinsey Garner for Sheridan, if you haven't seen her yet, next couple of years I know you will. 17 points per game, 8 rebounds as a freshman, and she is very impressive. Been a lot of fun to watch.
She's an excellent basketball player, a scorer. Doesn't really pass the eye test when you first watch, but then after 5 minutes of play, oh my gosh, she can play basketball.
Back to live action as this shot is up and good by Parkinson. She's got 12. Clinton Central back to a 1-point lead. Traveling violation. These Bulldogs trying to get a victory here tonight, Mike. They've won 2 straight, 5 of their last 6. As they start to close out their season. This is a team that was 0-23 just 6 seasons ago. Courtney Serber with the shot.
Serber with a couple, she's got a couple baskets, and she's been open on the wing, and she's just stepped back calmly and took the shot. Nice job.
Hoffman gets tied up. Foul going to be called here on Robbins. Got to be careful so she doesn't get teed up.
The good news is, I think, for both ball clubs as they head into sectionals, this gives them an idea of how hard you have to play to win the basketball game. Every possession counts right now when you go down the stretch. Anything can happen.
Huffman's first free throw rattles in. 2 of 3 from the line tonight. She's got 6 points in the game. Upped her scoring average from 1.6 to those 6 points. Coach said I need some other scoring from other players, and he's getting it tonight. This one rattles out. They're going to give the foul against Rossville. That'll be against Rodkey.
That is a tough foul underneath the basket as she was battling for position inside. And now Clinton Central with the basketball. And with 6.5 minutes to go, up by 2, they do not have to be aggressive in terms of looking for the first shot they get. They're in the lead. They can be efficient and take the best shot that's available.
Now, speaking of sectionals, Mike, we talked about Rossville. We'll go play in that Clinton Prairie sectional. Clinton Central will go to Attica. And there's some tough teams in that one as well. North Vermilion at 13-7 this year. And then, obviously, the ever-looming number 3 team in the state, Lafayette Central Catholic, is in that sectional. Clinton Central able to win it last year. They have 10 sectional championships in school history. Their most recent last season. Good design there. Adams wide open. Jumper drop. She's in double figures with 10.
Great pass by Erica Robbins for Clinton Central. Great job of distributing the basketball for the Bulldogs.
Down low, Rodkey. Double team. Works her way out. This one, yeah, it was thrown away. I was going to say nearly thrown away. Tipped. They give it back to the Hornets. Bulldogs fans do not agree with that call. Again, I would not want to be an official at any level. I don't even like to officiate in my own home. Rodkey looking for a teammate there who had tried to get out of the way and clear some space for her. Shot on the way, Davison too strong. And then a foul here against Robbins.
Serber did a good job defensively for Clinton Central. But Rossville has the basketball back, and now with a chance, I believe, to shoot some free throws here, and the clock is frozen.
Yeah, with 5.5 to go. We're into that bonus here. Corbett knocks it down. I believe that was the 9th team foul. So they'll be shooting 2 the next time foul's committed.
It's good to see good free throw shooting here because Rossville coming in the ball game was shooting as a team just 60% from the foul line. When things are on the line for a ball club 1-17, that's a good sign for Coach Gahabe that his kids are not wilting. They're still knocking down those free throws and playing solid defense.
See some communication and conversation there from the Rossville defenders. Adams nearly threw that one away. Parkinson puts it on the deck, off the glass, no. Rebound up. Are they going to count the bucket? Bucket is good.
Serber being in the right place at the right time. In the earlier possession, had a bucket out of the left wing with plenty of space, and then she's standing underneath the bucket for an easy rebound and one here.
Free throw too strong, rebounded to Rossville. 6 points tonight for Serber. We're seeing many girls from both teams go above and beyond their scoring marks. Traveling violation on Skiles. Nerves starting to pick up here in the fourth quarter.
And down 4 points as Rossville pressure full court, or do they sit back in that zone and let Clinton Central attack? And looks to me, Sean, they're going to sit back in the zone and kind of wait for the Clinton Central offense to move the basketball.
Central's content right now with working some clock. Davison jumps into the defender. Corbin Gohave is going to be called for the foul here on the grab.
Foul on Rossville, number 22, Corinne Gohave. Side out.
Huffman checks in. For Gahabe, I've got that as her 3rd foul. Robbins will bring it back out top for Clinton Central. Not in a hurry. It was a 4-point game. It's been a couple of Clinton County rivals, and now a foul there from Gorbett.
Foul on Rossville, number 42. Avery Corbett at the line. Number 14, Courtney Hoffman.
Each team, Mike, when you look at their free throw shooting, almost identical. The numbers on the season. They have other characteristics that are very much the same as well. And then I look down tonight, both teams with 5 girls who have found their way into the scoring columns.
Serber, even though she missed the foul shot there on the back end, has played very well offensively for the Bulldogs tonight. The question is, can Rossville score enough points to get back in this ball game now that they're down by 5?
There's a good look for 3, and Avery Gorbett.
She has 9 threes on the season. That's just the second best on Rossville, showing that they don't shoot a lot of threes, but that's her 9th three.
12 points in the game. It was a huge 3 to get them right back within striking distance, because I was with you, Mike. It started to look like Clinton Central was pulling away just a little bit. I want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight from the Healthy Communities of Clinton County and their coalition. Ardente Dental, Defining Looks, Wig, Hair, and Nail Salon. Mulberry Telecommunications and others. You see the graphics on your screen there. Without their sponsorships here tonight, these broadcasts would not be possible, so please make sure you thank our sponsors. It's been a full season of basketball, football here on the ISC Sports Network. Can't believe that sectionals are right around the corner for girls basketball, and then in approximately a month from now, we'll be in the sectionals for boys basketball as well. They say time flies when you're having fun. I must be having a lot of fun these last few years, Mike, because I'm not sure where all the gray hair came from.
Well, I can tell you this basketball game is giving you a lot of grace, because these ball clubs are really getting after it right now in a close ball game. Gahabe doing a nice job defending. Davison on the wing causing the turnover. Excellent job by Courtney Gahabe.
Yeah, that time Davison kind of held up. That was a good look from Sam Adams on that back cut. Just a 2-point game. Rossville with an opportunity to tie or take the lead here. Rodkey with it, trying to find some space. Taken away. Serber on the steal.
Not only does Serber get the steal, but she did a good job of bottling Rodkey up on the defensive end for the Bulldogs.
Davison penetrates the zone, runs in collision. Foul first on the floor before the collision there.
Foul on Rossville, number 22, Corinne Gahabe.
Corinne Gahabe.
For the Bulldogs, number 11, Autumn Long.
Gahabe's 4th foul. Autumn Long checks in for Clinton Central. Davison gets a free throw to go. Coach Helmick doing a little offense to defense substitution here. We saw Long play really tough defensively. She was flying all over the floor earlier.
Coach Helmick's Clinton Central Bulldogs, Sean, 6-2 at home right now. They know how to win on this basketball court.
49-45 your score, 4-point lead, 2.5 to go. Blocked on the shot there, and then incidental contact after that. I think Serber got popped by Rodkey. Rodkey got popped by Long. Rodkey's headed to the free throw line. Fantastic night here tonight for her, 19 points. Make that 20.
Got a nice touch. Shooting 75% from the foul line for the season. And once again, we have not seen Rossville press after a missed free throw full court.
Rodkey calmly gets both to go from the line.
Now they'll put a little bit of pressure in the backcourt. Gahabe.
She's got to be careful. She's got 4 fouls. Roll the dice and go with a box and 1 here defensively. They're going to shadow Davidson everywhere she goes with Gahabe. Now they kind of break out into the man-to-man defense. If it wasn't a box and 1, it sure looked like it for a minute.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Under 2 minutes to go. 2-point contest. Like, I don't think I could take a finish like this again 2 nights in a row. Had to watch my Hoosiers come out, knock down a big shot last night against some Boilermakers. Big shot, Bob Finnis. He couldn't be happier for that kid. Drive down the lane. Davidson draws contact. Bernhardt will be called for the foul, number 20.
Foul on Rossville, number 20.
Smart play by Davidson, taking the ball to the rim, drawing the foul.
Number 5.
Recognizing the man defense and blowing right by the defender.
You know, earlier in this contest, I didn't think Davidson would get anywhere near 10 free throw attempts. It just didn't seem like she was going to get there. And these are number 7 and 8 right here. Leaves the second one just a little short. Wrapped up, jump ball called.
Parkinson getting the benefit as she went over the top of Rodkey, and that is a jump ball, and the Bulldogs will get the basketball back. That's a huge break for Clinton Central.
Aggressive on that offensive glass after the missed free throw. Rossville's got to find a way to create a turnover, get a stop here. Coach Helmut going to take a timeout. Looked like the Bulldogs were having trouble getting it in there momentarily.
Bulldogs, hold, timeout.
We'll use this opportunity one final time to throw up the Lifesaver graphic and let you know that you can be a lifesaver. Educate yourself on the available resources for those suffering from mental health illness. Again, there are so many different ways. Everybody likes to communicate differently. Make sure you find the resource for you. Our goal here tonight is to get those resources in front of you and let you know that you've got in-person visitation. You can talk to people over the phone. You can text. You can chat. A multitude of ways to get the help if you need it. Way too many people lost over the years, especially some of those very close to me. Again, you hate to see permanent solutions for temporary problems. I want to thank Healthy Communities of Clinton County for everything that they do in the community, not just the mental health awareness nights, but they've also assisted in programs that brought down the teenage pregnancy rate in our community. Resources to help those that didn't have health insurance benefits find some. It's amazing all the different programs Laura Archibald and her team does there at Healthy Communities, and we can't thank them enough for being a part of our team here at ISC. Gahabe hits the deck there momentarily. Corbett hits the deck. Rossville trying to track down the rebound. And bodies are all over the floor here. You can't tell me this one isn't important to these two teams.
Corin Gahabe just really hustling after she hit the deck there, number 22. Picks up the loose ball and draws the foul. As you talked about, all the bodies falling all over the place. And now Rossville has the clock stopped. And Gahabe has a chance to get her team back within 1.
Nice arch and rotation on the free throw. Gahabe with 3 points in the contest. 72% free throw shooter from the line on the season. Chance to cut it to 1. Gets the roll. 1 point game. 1:12 on the clock. Get your senior leader in Davison with the basketball out top for the Bulldogs. It's been a hard-fought Friday night contest in front of these home fans.
I think Huffman's going to draw the foul there away from the basketball. That is a huge personal foul on this point guard from Rossville's got to check out of the game. I think that's her 5th.
Cora Bernhardt checks in, number 20. They bring out the sophomore point guard. They bring in one of their seniors. Free throw. Robbins knocks it down. 5 points for her. 2-point lead for Clinton Central. Conley knocks down both. We'll get another timeout here as Coach Gahabe wants to talk this over with his Hornets.
And Sean, I wonder if Coach Gahabe will find a way to insert Tori Skiles in the lineup. She leads the Hornets in three-point shooting with 34 threes on the season. Rodke's been a matchup nightmare as well for Clinton Central, and she can shoot the three, but generally doesn't because she's usually finding her way inside the post and scoring a lot of points. This is going to be an interesting finish.
So you come back in here into the ISC studios, and the red tonight, I get one of the teams is wearing red in Rossville. This is not for the Hornets, okay? I am impartial. Do not have a dog in this fight. I do, however, have a dog in this fight right here, where last night my Indiana Hoosiers, after years of heartbreak and about 9 straight games, something, it got ridiculous. They finally beat the Boilermakers, Mike. I know IU's near and dear to your heart. You grew up in West Lafayette, but you're like Bob Finney from the Lafayette area. You found your way to Bloomington, to the family.
Yeah, I'm a lot like Robert Finney. There's no doubt about that, but I certainly have a lot of respect for Purdue and learned a lot of my basketball from Purdue University coaches and George King and Fred Schaus. Al Brown was a former assistant Purdue, but rivalry games are fantastic, win or lose. The good news is it goes on again. Purdue will have another shot at Indiana March 5th, and then, of course, they might even see each other in the Big Ten tournament. The key is for both ball clubs is to win a national championship. When you're paying people so much money, you've got to deliver, and you've got to deliver a national championship. Anything else is not successful.
Defensively, Clinton Central delivers right here. They draw the foul on Michelle Rodke. It's going to send the Bulldogs back to the line.
Here I think with high school athletics, unlike paying $5, $6, $10 million, the difference here, we've got high school sports, particularly basketball here, being transformational. The key here for these two coaches, and Chad Gahabe and Don Helmick, will they be helping these young ladies grow into strong sisters, strong aunts, strong cousins, strong business people? That's the key, being transformational. And it can all start right now in high school sports.
Foot on the line that time as Skiles rattles one in and out. 5-point lead for Clinton Central with 30 seconds to go. And now Rossville will have to foul here and hope for some misses. Clinton Central seems to have weathered the storm, at least momentarily. That's how it looks here on the clock and on the scoreboard. Clinton Central team trying to find their 11th win on the season.
Two players I think really stood out to me for Clinton Central that I was not anticipating being as impactful would be Courtney Serber, number 14, and Erica Robbins, number 12. They're role players that really came to play tonight for Coach Helmick and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that starting five for Clinton Central has really been solid tonight, contributing. Look down low, Rodke trying to find some space, triple team. Corbett, 3, got it, she got another one. Avery Corbett.
Avery's got 10 threes on the season now, and she's able to knock down the 3. And Coach Gahabe talked about, he said earlier this week when I asked him, they needed to score in their 30s. to be able to be competitive, to get the game in the 50s and still be competitive is a little bit of a stretch for Rossville. And I think Clinton Central's slowly but surely starting to wear down the Hornets, but they got some good shooting, and there's still a chance with 11 seconds. Don't count them out.
Win or lose for Rossville tonight, they just set another season high. So in back-to-back games, they've got above that 50-point mark. 51 was their season high. They set it against Frontier. They turn around and come back out here tonight, and they get 52 on the board. So regardless, Coach Gahabe has something that he can point to after this game, win or lose, that you can hang your hat on, that they're getting better on that offensive end of the floor. Clinton Central here, obviously still some work to do. You want to take care of the basketball, try to get it to one of your top free throw shooters, which tonight has been Kendall Davidson. She's only missed 2 of her 10, 11 attempts. Get it into Adams. They went for the steal, but some time coming off the clock, and then they get the foul late here, 6 seconds.
And this is really interesting from my perspective because Adams nearly traveled in the backcourt. I mean, she's a little bit nonchalant there, taking the basketball, may questionably take an extra step, and now they get to go to the foul line and ice the basketball game up in a really competitive county rival game between the Bulldogs and the Hornets.
Timeout going to be taken here, trying to ice the shooter here. Robbins knocks down the first free throw. Something, again, to point out, Mike, as you talked about these being, obviously young women. But when we look at this roster, Kendall Davison is the only senior that's out there. We talked about the other players contributing. You said, I've been impressed tonight with Erica Robbins and Courtney Serber. They're both sophomores. Sarah Parkinson, sophomore. You've got 2 more seasons once this one completes of those 3 players playing together here. You have Sam Adams coming back for another year, who's just a junior. And then there are 5 freshmen who are on this varsity roster. We haven't seen them play a lot of minutes here tonight. And Autumn Long, too, just a junior, who will be back. So 1 player, obviously, you lose to graduation, but you're going to bring back a team that should get to 11 wins after tonight. That, hey, I mean, sky's kind of the limit. They're starting to definitely put together a squad here at Clinton Central.
No doubt about it. And the bottom line, if you want to get better, you got to work at it. And again, the sky's the limit. They've got a whole another 3 to 5, maybe 7 basketball games left to really get better. And then afterwards, get better each and every day. It's all about getting better, and sometimes it's not about the record, although the record it is important to some degree. But you got to get better. And for Rossville losing this game, yeah, they're gonna lose this game, but they got better, and that's the good news for Coach Gahabe and the Hornets.
Gonna get a shot up here. Will not do so before the buzzer, even though Herbert hit another one. 57-52, your final. Here tonight, Clinton Central hangs on to get a home victory against the Rossville Hornets. Mike, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, we don't have the statistics in front of us, but I really think both ball clubs did a pretty good job handling the basketball. Rossville, in my estimation, has really improved dramatically since the beginning of the season. A team that came in today's game averaging over 20 turnovers per game and just 6 assists. They did a good job sharing the ball. Michelle Rodke there is a player. She's equally as good in the post as she is good moving around on the perimeter. And Clinton Central took advantage of some really unique opportunities in the ballgame. There's Hoffman with the layup, and Hoffman had an excellent game defensively for Coach Gahabe's ball club, but Clinton Central is a little bit too much. And as I mentioned, Robbins and Serber were surprises and added enough to help Coach Helmick come up with their 11th victory of the year.
Michelle Rodke leads all scorers with 21 tonight. She got 15 from Avery Gorbett, helping her out there. 6 for Huffman, 6 for Skiles, 4 for Gahabe. That rounds out your scoring for Rossville. On the other side, it was Kendall Davison leading the way, 19 points. They had 3 girls in double figures tonight. Parkinson with 12, Sam Adams with 10, Serber knocking on the door with 9, and Erica Robbins with 7. A fantastic basketball game tonight. 57-52 your final score. For Tony Stewart, Jake Morris, everybody behind the scenes at ISC, And for Mike Walensky, I am Sean Walker. We appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night. We'll have the Clinton Prairie Gophers, Fountain Central Mustangs right here on ISC.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.